I know you have a box of photos or several boxes of photos that you want to get organized to enjoy in the future. Maybe that's in albums. Maybe that's scanning the photos to use on a cloud-based storage and share with family and friends across the world. My name is Amy Brooks Hoffmann. I'm a certified photo organizer with the Photo Managers, and we're going to organize one box of printed photos in an afternoon. Follow with me step by step to enjoy this process of organizing your photos. Like this video, and this way more people can learn about what the Photo Managers has to offer. Again, my name is Amy Brooks Hoffmann. I live in Louisville, Kentucky, and my company is Fleur Organized Solutions. We are residential organizers and photo organizers. And let me tell you, I have several boxes of disorganized photographs. So we're going to walk through the different steps to get that done. We need to emphasize that we're not going for beautiful perfection in our first pass. In fact, when I talk to my clients here in 2026, I'm working with them to think about curation, not purging, that organizing is about what we keep, not what we throw away. And we want to have a collection of photographs that is interesting, fun, exciting for our family and our friends to look back on, and that really demonstrates and shows your family's story. So let's just get straight into it. The simple checklist is linked. I invite you to follow along with what we're doing. The first thing we're going to do, well, here, let me show you my box of photos from both my family and my husband's family. You're familiar. So the first thing we're going to do is a really quick sort. I'm just going to do sticky notes in different decades. We'll start with the 80s. And just sort out these photos accordingly. Okay, now while you're doing this first pass, this quick sort, I went immediately to decades because chronologically organizing photos is my default. But I have worked with families before that have wanted to organize their photos according to a person, each one of their children, each one of their brothers and sisters and their families. Maybe you want to organize your photos according to the homes that you've lived in or the places that you have visited. That is all great, and that is very specific to your family or to your group of friends. So I invite you to think outside of the chronological timeline if that works best for you. While we're doing this light edit, this first pass, you are going to find photos that are duplicated. Here's a perfect example of photos, school photos of my brother-in-law. Lots of copies. I'm going to recommend to you that during this time, you set the smaller of the photos aside and keep the larger copy. You only need one copy at this point in your collection. Put these in your duplicate stack. Another thing that I want to bring to your attention during this light edit, you may find photos that really don't have a story that go with them. This is a plant. Does it matter? Does this plant add any information to our family's photo collection? I think not. I'm going to put this to the side and maybe toss this later on. I give you permission to toss photos. But then you may also find series of photos that don't look like anything. Here's a photo or a series of photos of a lion at the Louisville Zoo. And I haven't thought about this story in quite some time. When I was a girl, my grandfather was a volunteer at the Louisville Zoo, and one Saturday morning, we got to go behind the barriers. We got to go back into the animal care area and see the lions be fed. Holy cow, was that intense. There were these huge pieces of meat that were thrown into the lion cages, and boy, they came in big and strong, as lions do. And as a little girl who was no more than 6 or 7, it was quite intimidating. I didn't know I had these photos until I started looking at them, and at first I thought they were just overexposed and junk pictures, but then I realized, oh, these are photos from the lion breakfast morning. Isn't that an interesting family story and something that adds to your family photo collection? So go ahead and set these aside because these need a little bit more explanation, but boy, I can't wait to talk to my sister about this particular Saturday morning and how scary it was when we were little. Okay, now we've got all of our photos divided into decades in this situation, or according to person or place or pet, whatever distinctions are best for your collection. We're going to rebox those so that we have them in order. We've deduped, we've gotten rid of any photos that don't make sense anymore, and we've gotten rid of photos that we don't care about. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a photo safe archival quality envelope that you can get at many different photo supply stores. You can put those, look at those kids. You can put those in, the photos in the envelope easily, quickly, and just keep your labeling simple. Again, we're doing one box in an afternoon. So we're going to write on here Hoffmann family. (1990s). Very simple label. In the box it goes. Photo boxes are available at all sorts of craft stores and online. You can get them very easily. Now, another way that you might want to divide your photos, not long-term storage like an envelope, is just to use the divider cards. So here we'll use this as an example. Hoffmann family, 1980s. And I have all of these photos here. Again, deduped. Stories have been pulled out. Photos with stories have been pulled out, and photos that don't matter have been pulled out. And those can easily go into a box as well. The method with envelopes is great for long-term storage, whereas the method with dividers is easier if you intend to make albums with these photos after you get them organized. So here's a photo box of photos that I have had in long-term storage, and you can see the years, and then each envelope has a description of the photos or the collection of photos that are contained in that envelope. So what's next? You've got your box organized. Yay for you! Way to go. I have photos photos in long-term storage, but I don't like them there. I want to celebrate those photos. I want to be able to see those photos. I want to interact with those photos. I want to share those photos with others. So I urge you to consider scanning your collection. I urge you to consider having your collection scanned. I urge you to make albums, videos, wall collages of your photos so that you can enjoy those again. Celebration is the best part of photo organizing. So I again ask you to like our YouTube channel for the photo managers. I invite you to please download the checklist that accompanies this video. I encourage you to find a box of photos. I know you have them. Find out what you have inside there. Do a very simple sorting of the photos that you have, and I think you will find some stories that you had forgotten about and that you might enjoy seeing again and sharing with others. I'm Amy Brooks Hoffmann, Fleur de Lis Organized Solutions in Louisville, Kentucky. Take care.